Hi, Katie from CauseIQ here. In this video, I will be covering CauseIQ's collaboration features. We offer several different features to help you and your team stay organized and work more efficiently within CauseIQ. A few of the features we'll be covering in this video include our activity history section, our notes feature, and the ability to share saved searches and remembered lists with your colleagues. Let's get started. Okay, as you can see, I'm already in an organization profile page within CauseIQ. To get to the collaboration features in the organization profile view, all you have to do is scroll down the page a little bit. So we're going to go past the quick fields bar, our general finance information, and the description. And the first thing we're going to see is the add new note feature. So this is where you can add a note to the organization profile page. It will be saved to the page and also to your dashboard. Later in this video, I will cover how to access your notes from your dashboard. So let's go ahead and add a note here so that we can find it in our dashboard later. Okay, add my note. All I do is hit the add note button, and we can see that I just created a note, the date I made the note, and the options I have, which are to edit my note or delete my note. Below the notes, you will see your activity history with the organization profile page, as well as your colleagues' activity history. So we can see that I viewed this profile page not too long ago. We can also see that my colleague Andrew exported the record, matched the record from the CSV file, and viewed the profile in the past. So that covers our collaboration features within an organization profile page. Next, we're going to go to our dashboard and look where those collaboration features are located. So to get to my dashboard, I'm going to scroll back to the top of the organization profile page, and I can either click the big CauseIQ icon here or click the dashboard link right there. We are now in my dashboard within CauseIQ, and the first thing I'm going to show you is how to find that note that we just left in that previous organization profile page. To do so, I'm going to come to my overview section here, to the activity history. Clicking on that, I'm going to see I have a my notes section. In here, I'm going to have all of my notes and all of my colleagues' notes in this first section, and then I have the option just to view my notes or just my colleagues' notes as well. So looking at these notes, we can see the one that we just made a few minutes ago here. The best thing about accessing your notes from your dashboard, in my opinion, is that you can go ahead and click on the linked organization name to get right back into the organization profile page. So you don't need to try to remember which organizations you've made notes in or have your colleagues explain which orgs they've left notes in. All that information is easily accessible right here in your activity history section in your dashboard. So that covers everything you can do with the notes feature in CauseIQ. The next collaboration feature I'm going to show you is how to share your saved searches and lists with your colleagues, and then how to access those that they have shared with you as well. To do so, I'm going to navigate to my search section here in the overview. In the searches section, we have my saved searches. So we are looking at a search that I have saved previously in CauseIQ. If you have any questions about how to save your searches or create manual lists in CauseIQ, please be sure to check out our YouTube channel. We have videos for each of those processes that will walk you through them in detail. Okay, so my saved search, we can see that I have the option to open it in the search interface, but I also to the right here have the edit button and an option to delete my saved search. I'm going to click on the edit button, and I can see a checkbox for sharing this search with my colleagues. Keep in mind you only have this checkbox or option to share with colleagues if you have a multi-user account with us. So to share this search, I simply checkbox that and hit update. And now it is shared with my colleagues, as we can see right here. So that is how you share your searches with colleagues. You'll also see this shared by colleagues section underneath your saved searches if in fact they have shared some searches with you. So looking at this first one here, we can see I can open it in the search interface, but I no longer have the option to edit or delete the search. That is because I do not own the search, I did not create it. Lists operate very similarly to saved searches. I'm going to come to the lists section here. I have manual lists that I have created. Again, you can open in the search interface, edit, or delete. I have uploaded CSV lists that I've created and remembered exports. And then we have our shared by colleagues section in the list. Once again, we can see the shared list. but I can only open it in the search interface. I cannot edit or delete it. So that is how to see your saved searches and lists within the dashboard, how to share them with your colleagues if they haven't already been, and how to view the ones that your colleagues have shared with you. The next thing we're going to take a look at is opening up a saved search that has been shared by one of your colleagues in the organization search interface. So I came back to searches and I'm back to my shared by colleagues section within there. And I'm going to come here and simply click on this open in search interface button. All right, so I have opened a saved search that my colleague has shared with me a little while ago in the organization search interface through my dashboard. We can see that they use 3 filters to create this search, and that we're in the list view looking at about 88 organizations in total. From here, I could take this search into the table tool, the analyze tool. We could go ahead and benchmark it or export it out with enriched data, whatever I would like to do with it. However, since I did not create the search and I do not own it, I cannot edit the actual filters in any way. Otherwise, I'm going to get this error message. We can also see the left filter sidebar kind of looks a little different than we might be used to. So there is a workaround for editing the filters in a shared search. All you have to do is come up here to the clone tool. By clicking this, I'm going to open this search in a new window. And now my filter sidebar looks back to normal. I can add any kind of filters I want, such as the total revenues filter, like so. Just keep in mind that you're now editing a new search, not the saved search that your colleague has shared with you. So if you want to share the search back with them after you make your changes, you would simply resave the search and then share it with them. So that covers how to open a saved search or list from your dashboard that your colleagues have already shared with you, and then the limitations in editing and how to get around those limitations. The last thing I'm going to show you in this video is how to use our My Saved List filter in the organization search to find lists and searches that your colleagues have shared with you. Okay, so we're back in the dashboard within CauseIQ. To start a new organization search, I'm going to come to this button here. That's going to take me directly into the search interface. We are looking to use the My Saved List filter today, so I'm going to scroll all the way to the bottom of the page to find our advanced search button. Once in here, I'm going to keyword search for the filter I am interested in, and it will populate like so. I'm now in the My Saved List filter, and here we can see the option to view my colleagues list that they have shared with me. So I'm going to go ahead and checkbox that. I now have a drop down of their saved and shared lists, or I can keyword search through them. I'm going to use the Florida-based museum saved list for today's example, and I have the option to include or exclude them. I'm going to include all the organizations that are part of that list and add my filter. Last step is to show results. So we can see we now have the My Saved List filter applied with my colleagues' shared list, Florida-based museums. I can now take this search of 76 organizations into any of the tools, including the export tool to export out with enriched data. All right, so that is all of our collaboration features. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to CauseIQ staff, and thank you for watching.